I'd like to call the meeting to order. September 26th, change of zone. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Led by Councilman McGilvray.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. There were three applications for the board's consideration. However, two have been adjourned. So application number 1, TC 5441, Lindsay Barton Barrett. Madam Clerk, if you would please read the hearing notice.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. TC number 5441, Lindsay Barton Barrett. Applicant requests a modification of covenants and restrictions associated with TC 4345 in order to utilize a loft for living space and apply for variances for maximum floor area ratio. This property is located in the Beach School District and located on the south side of South Walk, number 10, approximately 61 feet east of Dolphin Walk, Dunewood, Town of Islip.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Just for the record, we received a number of letters in support of this application that I think have been distributed to everybody, and the applicant's representative is here. If you wish to give us a little overview.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Supervisor. For the record, Philip Butler with the law firm of Forcelli, Deegan, Tirana. So the subject residence is located in Dunewood, unincorporated hamlet of the town. It was built in 1954. At the time, single-family homes were permitted by special permit use in the location that the residence is. In 1997, the special use permit was modified to further develop the home. At the time, there were CNRs that were put in place, which limited the height of the home to 19 feet 3 inches and restricted the use of the loft for storage with no stairs. Those are the substantive covenants and restrictions that were imposed at that time. My client acquired the property in June of 2021, and today the current zoning is the AAA-B Oceanfront Dune District, in which single-family homes are permitted principal uses. You don't have to get a special use permit anymore. The subject lot and the home both comply with or exceed all of the bulk zoning standards. And so as part of the renovation of the home, which Ms. Barrett now uses as her weekend and summer residence, she would like to be able to utilize the loft for another bedroom. So we want to lift the covenants and restrictions so that she can go ahead and do that. I do want to note that one of the restrictions was on adding a second floor to the home. She has no intention of doing that, but I will note for the record that there are 2 homes in the immediate vicinity that very recently did. So in the event of a future purchaser, maybe they would do it, but I've been told by my client that as long as she owns that home, she doesn't plan on raising the height from its present location, and she just wants to be able to utilize the loft. So that's really the ask of the board.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Butler. Does anyone have any questions of the applicant while he's up here? Okay, Sean, if you want to just, from the department's perspective.
Thank you, Supervisor Carpenter, members of the board. I'll be brief. Generally, CNRs on Fire Island, we no longer consider essential, given that there's state and federal regulations that govern the development of these houses, particularly along the dunes. The department is of the opinion that any future variances that might be necessary, not identified now, but any that might be necessary can be adequately handled by the Zoning Board of Appeals, should it ever come to that. So given that, again, what Mr. Butler said, these houses no longer need special permits, we would recommend rescinding all the CNRs and letting the zoning govern the property, as well as whatever the state or federal government may require in the future.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Any questions for Sean? Okay, as I said earlier, we had gotten a number of letters in support. No one has filled out a card to speak. So if there are no questions or comments, I would entertain a motion. Yeah, you're.
Motion to close the public hearing. Approve the change of zone.
Issue a negative declaration.
Okay, so we have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt a negative declaration and approve the resolution made by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? The motion is approved. There is no other business to come before us. Do I have a motion to adjourn? A motion to adjourn by Councilman Lorenzo. I'll second that. All those in favor, opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time and for
Congratulations.
keeping the meeting.